Community Connect live from TESHIE Triblo. My name is Johnny Hughes. What do you feel about the fact that 12 years after the Disability Act was passed, we still do not have schools that are accessible in terms of ramps for persons with disability?
The problem that we as a coalition have in respect to the approach our governments adapt in resolving issues affecting persons with disability, especially in education, has been the tokenistic nature. You know, we have been advocating for the past 12 years that there must be a revision of the infrastructural design for all basic schools so that no school is built without a ramp access. Unfortunately, this simple issue has been so difficult for a country like Ghana to comply with. And so you find that in the past decade, the Ministry of Education, district assemblies keep building schools without ramp access.
Have you asked the relevant questions? Because you are the education campaign coalition. Have you asked that? Look, you are awarding a contract that doesn't have the requirements. For example, somebody is using a wheelchair. It needs to have a ramp in the school. We need to have a special class for persons with autism. Have you asked that question? What has been the answer that's been given to you?
We haven't asked questions because the issue is not about asking questions. It's about demanding response. We have demanded from government that no school should be built without a disabled access. No school should be built without separate toilets for boys and girls. You understand? These two issues are so basic and fundamental. How much does it cost to provide a ramp access alongside the normal stairs in any school? But you find that as we speak, over 200 schools are being constructed across the country, 6-unit classroom blocks. Most of them are without toilet facilities, and I have not seen any design which has a disabled ramp access. You understand? So for me, the least commitment government can ever make is to provide a ramp. That's the least, because how much will it cost? Probably 200 Ghana cedis. And so I don't see real commitment. I see tokenistic. I see tokenism, where we will have mercy on you and then drop some crumbs. That has been the approach. The district assemblies especially, they are the ones who play a key role in supervising these contractors. Whether it's a Get Fund contract or a Ministry of Education contract, all these things are done with some involvement of the district assemblies. But you find that the engineers at the assemblies, when they go to monitor, it is not part of their protocols to look out for schools being constructed having disabled access. If it is part of our policy, if it is if it is internalized into infrastructural design, if it is part of the protocol of the engineers at assembly, we won't be discussing this. But if the thing is not embedded in policy, we will keep crying, and nothing will happen. And that's why I'm saying that we want to see commitment actualizing in policy and being implemented, and not the usual tokenistic approach where they say, okay, we are promising you, by the time you come next year, they will be there. The problem shouldn't have even been there, because ramped access is the most basic thing that any local authority, any government should provide for persons with disability.
Mr. Faridebra, let me turn my attention to you. You are the board chair of the National Council of Persons with Disability. This issue has been lingering on, and it's a national issue. Every municipality, at least that I have visited, has that problem. The last time we were here, we talked about it. How far have you gone in your conversation with government to ensure that this becomes a thing of the past, sir?
The council has done a lot to ensure that the accessibility features are incorporated into the new building code that has been adopted and launched. So the first step, actually people, building engineers and contractors were complaining that they did not actually have accessibility features, so which is formalized. So now, working together with the Ministry of Housing, we have been able to incorporate the accessibility standards into the new building code. So from this time onwards, nobody will have the reason to say that they were putting up something that they did not have standards to follow.
I beg to differ. I've seen
Yeah.
the Millennium Schools that were constructed,
Yeah.
and they don't have ramps. The Millennium Schools,
Yes.
which were built with the
Yes.
taxpayers' monies, which were said to be helping the children to take instruction and to improve their lives and to be knowledgeable, have no ramps. How come?
It is one of the things that even the Ghana Federation of Disability Organizations decided to take government even to court for that. So actually, what we have been able to do is to ensure that the code has disability features now, accessibility features.
It looks good on paper, but on the ground, look me eyeball to eyeball and truthfully tell me, does it exist? The ramps?
Yes, I admit to the fact that it is not all schools that have been put up that have accessibility access. In other words, accessibility features. But some of the schools, they have it, but it is in a small number. For example, we had reason to take government to task about what do we call the e-blocks. Because we visited a lot of the e-blocks and most of the classrooms that were upstairs did not have any accessibility pass.
And that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah, and that's a big problem. So actually, as we at the council time, we have been engaging the Ministry of Gender that has direct responsibility.
For how long are we going to have this engagement?
But my friend, the fact is that you do the advocacy. You do the advocacy. But when it comes to putting it to action, it becomes a bit difficult. And sometimes
Kofi says,
we have to
don't do advocacy.
See,
Demand for it.
yeah,
Have
but
you been
sometimes you have to-
demanding for it.
You know, we demand. But you know the attitude of people towards disability issues. Sometimes they want to make it an afterthought. And that is something that we have been fighting against, that every development activity should, at the inception stage, have disability component. And this is what we have been fighting all the time up to this time. We have raised loud voices over this issue. So sometimes it has to be even tested. Some of the issues have to be tested at the court, just as the Federation tested the N11 at the Human Rights Court.
Okay. Kofi, this is what Mr. Deborah is saying to us. He says that they've been advocating and that, well, when it gets to implementation, it becomes a problem. How does that sound to you?
Yeah, you will face that challenge if, as I mentioned, it is not embedded in policy. If it is the policy of the government of Ghana that every school building, whether it's a single story or two-story, should have disabled access, okay? It will be incorporated into acceptable school designs at the infrastructure coordinating unit of the Ministry of Education.
Right.
So when that happens, it won't be your business to go chasing contractors or policymakers to find out whether this school has a disabled access. It's something like saying that you are going to monitor the construction of school A to find out whether the school has a roofing sheet.
Right.
Why wouldn't you go and do that? Because roofing sheets or the roofing is embedded in the design.
Exactly.
At the infrastructural and coordinating unit of the Education Ministry.
Okay.
So in the same way that no contractor can build a school without a roof, we should get to the point where no contractor can construct.
Are we at that point yet?
I mentioned that it is not embedded. It is not embedded in the infrastructural policy.
Okay.
It must be a non-negotiable, entrenched position.
And I'm asking, that non-negotiable entrenched position, are we there
No,
now?
if we are there, we won't be discussing this. We are not there.
Mr. Deborah, are we there
No,
now?
we said we have gone beyond even making it a policy, because now we have legislation backing it. The Disability Act 715
So why does it?
prescribes.
So why don't we? If we have legislation, we have policy.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about it as a big
It
problem?
is because of violations. What is happening is violation of the Disability Act and the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with
government.
Disability that has been ratified
By
the
cabinet.
government of Ghana.
Violation by government.
Yes.
No.
So,
you
so
see,
is it a failure on your part
It is.
that you have not been able to press it down hard enough for it to be part of the scheme of things?
My good friend, let me tell you, if you go to US, for example, we all speak well of accessibility in US, not because of anything, because people were able to take matters to court over failures of institutions of service. You understand? But in Ghana, in here, it becomes even difficult for some of the organizations to even pursue court cases because even when you are being provided with pro bono, even if you are assured of pro bono, you have to at least get something.
Mr. Deborah, you are the national chairman, the board chairman of the National Council for Persons with Disability. There's a law, you say, there's a policy, you say, and it's being flouted. Have you bothered to go to court?
We haven't been able to go to court.
So you have not been bothered to go to court?
Yes, because we do not have enough resources to embark upon such a course of action.
Have you asked for legal help and you didn't get?
I think they are asking now, and it's good to know that they appreciate the fact that they will need some judicial pronouncements and enforcement of that provision in the Act 715 so that it will be law. I mean, it will be law beyond the Act that no educational facility must be built without a ramped access. Maybe this is the point of appealing for legal assistance.
I see.
They definitely will require assistance because we are dealing with quite a marginalized group, you understand? And they have limitations in resources. They have limitations in voice, limitations in resources. And so we all need to support them to actualize the vision of the Persons with Disabilities Act 715.
This is Community Connect. My name is Johnny Hughes. Let's welcome Honorable Lennon Lai Dirok. I beg your pardon. He's the presiding member of the LECMA here. The last time we were here, we spoke about the ramps. And I'm asking you this as presiding member. You are more like the speaker of your parliament here. Have you tabled that issue at your assembly meetings regarding the absence of ramps in the schools for persons with disability, and what has been the conclusion that as a house you got?
Ever since we had this meeting, we've not had a meeting, General Assembly, to discuss the issues.
I see. So we have not been able to discuss it yet. But it's a matter of urgency, you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
So what's happening? What promise are you making to us?
Oh, okay. We will be having our General Assembly meeting soon. So we'll table it down and then we'll discuss it thoroughly.
And that's a promise from you?
That's it.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the roads. The last time we were here, there were a few issues with the roads. We discussed quite a few. We spoke about the 5.7 kilometer road leading from the Kofi Annan all the way to Manette. We spoke about the roads connecting, where the taxi drivers were complaining about that had some potholes. In fact, on that day, we went to Mr. Chosa Hammond to see some of the roads that had been done at the time, your good self as well. But there were outstanding works that had to be dealt with, which the drivers were complaining about. What is the status report that you want to share with us today?
Thank you very much, Mr. Hughes. With regards to the 7.5 kilometer, not 5.7, the 7.5
7.5, I beg your pardon.
TESHIE Link Road, which stretches from the Kofi Annan Peacekeeping Training Center to the Manette Junction on the Spintex Road. As we said at the last meeting, the contract had been awarded. The consultant who is working on it has given us an update that the contractor has submitted his program, which was spanning from February when we last met to February next year, and he's given indications of how he wants to proceed with the work. Our latest interactions with the consultant indicate that the contractor is behind schedule, and so efforts are being made to get him back to come up to speed with the schedule as soon as possible, especially because the rains have started and sections of the road are also deteriorating faster.
We were told that the contractor was on site. In fact, that was what the municipal coordinating director said. He said the contractor is on site. After 3 months, if the contractor is on site, we expect to see progress.
He has not made enough progress. He worked on the section close to the railway bridge. He worked at the Manet Junction. But since having done that work somewhere within February and March, we realized that he has regressed. And so the consultant, on behalf of the Department of Urban Roads, is pushing pressure on him to return to sites. Otherwise, certain remedies within the contract would have to be applied.
So the explanation is that he takes the contract, he gives you his program, there's a consultant supervising, and yet we can't see the progress really because we drove on that road here and nothing seems to have changed. Absolutely nothing.
Even at the sections that I mentioned, the Manet Spintex Road Junction, did you pass through that side?
No, we passed through here.
Yes, so that's where I believe he was able to do some work. But like we are saying, he did do that work, but it's not enough. And so we need him to return to site as quickly as possible. And the efforts are being put in that direction so that he can come up to speed with his program because he's behind the schedule that he submitted.
Let's talk about the inner roads.
Yes.
Progress?
Yes, there too, we have made some progress. Evidently, with the onset of rains, we realized that there is still much more that needs to be done. We did do some patching on the First Junction Fertilizer Road. We started on Kinkote Road, where the Governor School is. The contractor on that project too has stalled a bit, and we are pushing him to come back to site to be able to come and do the remainder of his works. His contract, as per the terms of it, ends in June. And so if he is not able to come, we shall consult with the funding agency and then take steps to determine appropriately.
Now we're talking about your roads. So we'll pass the microphone over to you and education. We'll take a few questions from you. We'll come back to our resource persons to hear their responses to some of your questions. So Obiabe to me a bisa question. Mo fiam about be Sunday at this point on the road and about the schools, ramps ni bejen, special classes ni be. Ke road say na agbani yo here. We should like to hear from you at this point.
Midin Eric, chief lawyer. And I'm say ubisa honorable about Manet Road. I think last time we asked a lot of questions about that. But I see as a progress biakoso. But we always use the road. We don't see anything. But he's still saying biakoso because it's almost getting to 4 months with Hayana contractor no de Nioma Begu site. Machines nisio. Machine mem say mienu nisio. Who she best still. Boss say entrance you to is a one out that area. Untimi nante. Because se wapon adwuma pa na ukosi wo sa ye Manet Road ya anya obeda adwuma mu mafi
Edenti na untumi nante
ateche wo ho no o de sisi ameka se mo pon a mo pa mo ntuka no nko ebia ewie bo kakre na asa so awo I don't know say ye contractor no say ye mpanifo no I can't really understand a certain things in our TESHIE area because when you go to a certain places you will see a lot of progress but we don't see anything. And at the back of Lekman Hospital, I think we were here and then they do some commission of, I think, school. They say they are coming to build a new school. But maintain your maybe I to the stand before we realize no school now so after the SC at the Hobby station. So which is which?
Any more questions on the road? Yes, boss.
The Fremi Kwabra Ousu. Meti TESHIE Governor School.
Okay.
Na yenyina ye baha be di edwa. Maybe ahaya ankasa wudura na se nsu ato baby am sache petrol shed ye nimu a.
Okay.
Etumi fa car nyina ha. Etumi bufa lolo kwan so.
Eden
Nsu to a.
Eyiri pa.
Eyi busa taxi drivers no. Aha tumi yi bobo. Untumi nanti ntwam. Ah fa betumi afa okra. Afei ufiti yeho eba abeduru a and the report na me wo firi ha ba bola container nsi ba bia ye wo go no school mu wono bola container ni ba bia aye o man ye bola edi begum ete ho na hu hia pa.
Okay, Pacho Frozen.
Pacho ye frame siasia mo station ya me transport wa Pacho ne ekoso bia ni se mo ba ma beto ya nim ha yi ensuo ta ha no afen so Malik road no Malik kwan no ye bre wo so pa anopa mo be hwa bola nso gu ha ma be sesa bola ni nyina nya ye bola o obi a atwa ma na o de bola ato ya nim ha obi a atwa ma na o de bola ato ho na o ja ato ho we hu obi a na o ja ato ho fact e ha ye pa ya kan ho asem sa ye hu ni obebo ayen ya kasa ye hu ni obebo ayen na Malik road no me wa yi wo so pa ne honorable nankasa no ye ne no e ya assembly man da bia me ne no kon wo so Malik road no me de me nko ade atansi nsuo to a ye wo ba bi wa alo e ki ya bridge na e wo no me bo me ho afole na me kura so wi no makoye ma sesa anwa o si wo no
Nyami Israel.
ma sesa anwa o si wo sa me bo a onka ma boa me boa di pa so sabi oba mi hu ni a o me ya mai
Aloe se bi no.
Aloe, okay.
No mo no ni ya no ke government ko ba. E ba fe, we ma bibo me ma bibo.
That be me answer a question.
Fine. Bene kan shin. Mo ko eje nshin. O shin. Eja keke egbe na e ba ke na mo e fe. E kan shin no ni biba, ne sa ni bia cha no. E cha no. E ba ka ke shi o ke cha no, ba ka ke shin keke afemini. Ashin keke ba machine. Example ko me ni mahaji jegbe. Biane ake former president Emma Chun ye heko.
Okay.
Ni new government e ba eta hi aka ahwe ni ma bi. Aba ahwe ama aba ma Chun hi. Ke aye MPP mi keke. Ni NDC ba o he o ya ka shin ni ma Chun le we ke ni ba ata hi. Eta hi e we ta mo gbe example. Ke me ne mo fi o ne me keke wo man bi e we to. On me shishi ke mo fe mo ncha no. Oh, you go. She come in by fefa, eshi, airtie, get by fefa, eshi, airtie. I want me, na me, but na me, na me, you turn me, put no, I'm a touch no wave, I'm putting them. I feel that I'm shouting. Hey,
Catch you Frozen.
Me Pacho frame Kwaku Jesse.
Kwaku Jesse, una auto no.
Oh, Davi.
Ah, okay.
We Jesse Plumber.
Okay.
Me Pacho, Teshi Hana, ye wono, I had to say, send me brand di kankan, no. And no more be or hono more government be started. Ah, for Robert or so to us, no, on to us. Na mi se no mete sojaman.
Okay.
Na sojaman kwan no enye bakokora sei. Kwan na sei nsuo to a wankasa ka no kora untumi fanfam. Ti se nsuo ni jai kora na yahwe yeyi we kwan ema nsuo na akọ. Uko hu asamre man na obeka so obeba beye onye ye bọ modin so efele na ekwan ni tim kakra. Na wakofa grader se obetwa kwan no. Na wasan agredi so nyina nsuo pitin ye pe na asan aya ateche hayen afesu ye kwan bebre wo honom wo ba soja man sisi ababia memiti se ekwan ne ye one way ya kan koblani se ono oye enknani nti no ye beto no ye ya hoho nti wasi kwan no ya kan asem we nyina
wasi kwan na sesen
jese eye one entrance pa eho na ya ye wa akire no ye fakọ ba o se eho eye na saase enti no onu di ni tumi esi kwan no ye hu asamre man ye fra ne Charles ya kan nyina enso onfi ye ukokan omu si wo meneme bo ji ame woji manchemeni wo esa ne wo ha megbe na ahihyi wo na chese ye ya hoho na se wo ye ganani na se me nso me ye ganani na se woka chem se me ye gba me fi Burkina Faso me fi Central Region ha ya ti se woka chem se me ye ohoho a me nti ase enti nyoma ekoso no eye time
7 Community Connect, we're engaging the people. Wa alaikum salam wa barakatuh.
Yeah, thank you don aganyam platform ne ala jonye for me to ma bi no ko fi o ake me na ke manet je contractor ko ni fi o road e first na nete bricks pi ejeme ni bi ni ma je ba je fe ni bi pi ka she shiblo na fe sharp to now fe to ma igbe afi ko no ko ye he ni jole shi be ne yo na kan no o fa ni mi bi ake be Ghana shika ke fe alo contractor shika ni o ke Ghana shika me no wa use o ke ha wa road se ko no fe o ke ha wo ake wo ke won need good road you were ni be enough na ba na ke fe payment ke ni bi ne ba wa wo obi ani be njole je na waste Oba many me ba low. Nana wo police na mo mame. Allah about use cafe or road there. No she dan any projects ko ba no. Can new government ba besane hold on.
Okay.
Aka kwani bi amedan. O dan film na kwa ke. Waka won to ya heavy. Waka won to ya heavy. Ni wo leni ni ko wo fe me ba je wo yi. Ni wo ba na ha gbegbe wo ba ya. O mi no wo fe no ma na jomo year after jomo. Fe no ning mene dan. Ni won to post ma here post. O mi bi aka pe no ko e wa. Isuma ke ma na ka ba lo ni ne fe. About Juve, and about police. I'm TESHIE boys.
Okay. Engineer, we'll start with you. So I'm sure we can pick it from the very last issue that he raised about the Manette Road.
When a contractor brings his materials to site, he's not necessarily paid for the materials he's brought on site. He has a contract to do a walkway. And so until that walkway is done, he's not paid for that. So if he comes to site and he leaves his blocks there, then he is making a loss because at the time, if we end our engagement with him, then he has a responsibility to remove the blocks because they remain his property. So it is not something that the state has necessarily procured, paid for, because he has not used it to make the walkway. And so it is not necessarily our property.
What is it? And I'm asking you your thoughts about it. I know that there are some projects that start, then when the new government comes, they stop. What are your thoughts about it as, a member of the governance structure of this locality?
We need to applaud this current administration because ever since this government came to the throne, he told all the MMDs that the project that the previous administration started, they should continue. So as I'm talking to you now, we have not started a new project, but all the old projects are what is now being continued. Yeah.